on your side. This is WHAS 11 News.
And good Saturday morning, Kentuckiana. We are giving you a live look outside as many of you are just waking up this morning to a quiet yet cold morning now that Friday's winter storm has moved out of the area. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's leaving behind a lot of snow piled up in many areas across Kentuckiana. So far in the metro area, though, looking pretty good. Good morning, Kentuckiana. Happy Saturday. It is 7:02 right now. I'm Kelsey Starks.
And I'm Derek Rose. It is a special edition of Good Morning Kentuckiana. Kelsey, myself here on a Saturday morning for you, as well as Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine. We've got meteorologist Reed Yaden in Storm Chase 11, who's been taking us around the metro area, and Michaela McDonald has been down in Taylor County, where we saw her walking through some of that snow coming up to her knees and even higher, because those areas south of us are where they saw the worst of it.
That's right. And Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine is adding up the snow totals this morning, and quite a range we've seen, Ben.
Yeah, from 0 up to 15 inches, and really what we expected here. So we're kind of happy about the turnout of the forecast. I know some of you may be happy or not so happy about having a foot or more around Campbellsville. My job getting easier now that the storm is moving out, but now the focus is on the road conditions out there, the leftover snow. So we're going to get to that in just a moment. Max HD radar showing the snow continuing in eastern Kentucky. Our flurries are beginning to fade away, and it is mostly cloudy around the area. That big storm is now heading over the east coast and churning up a lot of snow here from New York, New Jersey, down to Washington, D.C., and into Pennsylvania. The center of that storm is now over the mid-Atlantic, so fading away from us and clobbering those areas for the rest of today, with feet of snow possible in those locations. And if you have any travel out that way, connecting flight maybe, plan on some of those flight cancellations and delays. Totals here 1 to 4 inches around Metro Louisville in this blue area. Some pockets of up to 5 inches in there as well. And then we diminish the snow total to nothing once we head farther north around Seymour, Bedford. Only a few flurries, really light snow around Madison. As we look down to the south, a thin band of 4 to 8 inches around Elizabethtown, and then Bardstown up to 10 inches. And we saw some higher amounts south of around 12 in Hodgenville, Campbellsville, up to 15 inches of snowfall. So some serious snow to the southeast. Thankfully, the main routes in most locations have been reported fine. There is some a little shimmer on the roads, though, so watch out for some refreezing and some icy spots on the bridges and overpasses. Things looking good through downtown on I-64 with our view from the Review Restaurant Lounge at the Galt House, Morgan to Morgan HD Camera Network, 24 at the airports, and 11 with that wind chill. Wind is at 17, so we still have some of that blowing snow that can cover up those roads with those snow drifts. Upper teens and lower 20s in most locations as we get started. Again, that snow fades away. You can expect a little sunshine today, probably mostly cloudy, though, with those temperatures at or just below freezing. Here's that forecast for the rest of your January 23rd, your Saturday at noon, 28, and that high temperature at 31. Send us those pictures. We like to see those pictures during the storm, but also there can be a lot of fun stuff going on after the storm as well. You can tweet them at WHS11Ben, post them on our Facebook pages, and send them to your photos at WHAS11.com. Guys?
All right, Ben, and remember, you can always be with WHAS 11, even when you're away from your TV, especially if you want to track Max HD Radar Live. That you can do that through the Weathercaster app. All you have to do is search WHAS in your App Store or on Google Play. And if you are heading out this morning in Metro Louisville, the roads looking pretty good. You can get anything done, get where you want to go.
Yeah, very different, though, to our south. As we mentioned, cities like Lebanon and Campbellsville, you are buried under a foot of snow, and so is our Michaela McDonald. She's live in Campbellsville this morning, and Michaela, the snow has started again.
Yeah, we do have some flurries coming down right now, and I climbed up this hill for this live shot, and just to show you, the snow comes all the way up to the top of my boots, almost to my knees up here, but there's some different areas of snow because of the snow drifts. You can see, I can actually feel the grass here because there's just such a low amount of snow there, just to give you an idea. As far as road conditions go, we're right by 210 right now. It's looking a lot better as you go into town, but when we were driving down here this morning, there were the road was pretty much completely covered in snow. There was a lot of snow piles in there. We actually had to stop at one point and kick it into four-wheel drive so we could get down the rest of the way here. As you said, though, up near Metro Louisville, roads looking much better this morning. Since we've been out here, we have seen a bunch of plows coming out. Most of the ones we've seen so far have been the state plows, the state crews out here on 210. But we're told that the Campbellsville crews will be starting, actually should have been starting any minute now around 7 o'clock this morning. Live in Campbellsville, Michaela McDonald, WHAS 11 News.
All right, Michaela, thank you. Traffic now flowing in both directions of I-75 near London, Kentucky, but officials say it certainly will be a while before it all clears. We've been telling you about some reports this morning of I-75 still being backed up, the National Guard having to be called in, Governor Matt Bevin declaring a state of emergency. We're also told a shelter is open for travelers who were trapped on the highway. And as the National Guard continues to work this morning, we see they are moving vehicles one by one there on I-75. Certainly going to be a national story coming out of the Lexington area this morning. And at one point yesterday, 500 vehicles stuck in traffic altogether. Travelers looking to escape the cold can take shelter at West London Baptist Church.
New from overnight, 5 cats are being treated this morning after a fire breaks out at the Louisville Metro Animal Shelter. Officials say it started in one of the trailers there around 11 o'clock last night. Firefighters were able to quickly contain the fire before it spread to other parts of the facility. Those 5 cats were treated for smoke inhalation. Spokesperson Leslie Hawk says thankfully animal control officers acted quickly.
Thanks to the heroic efforts of several of our animal control officers, all the animals were saved. We had no casualties.
No word on what started the fire, still under investigation. As the winter storm rolls out of Kentucky, it's just getting started for the northern East Coast. Right now, more than 6,000 flights have been canceled as cities there are bracing for the worst. Blizzard warnings for the north are expected to have snow accumulation up to 2 feet there across the region. Airports have had snow machines in position. They are checking supplies for stranded passengers, which is a possibility. Airlines are also trying to rebook travelers and issue those change fee waivers.
7:08 here on your Saturday morning. Good morning, Kentucky, and a chilly 26 degrees outside.
When we come back, we're going to check in with Reed Yaden. He has been hitting the roads in Storm Chase 11. Thank you for waking up this morning with GMK.
These are the final hours.